they made money overnight, hand and fist. It was a joke. They would make it, blow it, make it back. They give me more money than the cost because I would buy them the car.
Wait, you can't do that today?
No, you try it.
I won't.
Oh, you try? No, serious. That would be one of the worst mistakes in your life. And you don't want to deal with that, right? Does he want to deal with that?
Because I feel like Floyd looked at you growing up like every other fighter. And the persona and the lifestyle was like, growing up in the hood, we looked at it like, that's Mike Tyson. We see the cars, the jewelry, the flair. Like,
He's a little too into himself. You know, I was the same way too, but you have to come to reality some way. You have to bring your head down to God. We're nothing to Will you expect us to be ignorant and arrogant? Look where we...
Mike Tyson just dropped a bombshell about Floyd Mayweather, and the boxing world is buzzing. What he shared about Floyd's financial state has left fans and analysts stunned. Iron Mike didn't sugarcoat anything when he explained why Floyd agreed to step into the ring with him this April. It turns out it's not about legacy or proving himself to fans at all. According to Tyson, Floyd is facing serious financial strain and urgently needs this fight to avoid a total financial meltdown. This revelation is huge, especially considering Mayweather built his career around the money persona for years. Now, the reality is surfacing that he might be struggling financially.
One of the few names in boxing that still somehow matters, because there are very few of them, comes out of retirement at 49 years old. We're assuming, right? Everyone's assuming he needs money, right? Nobody goes back into the game of possibly being hit and embarrassed in front of people simply because they love boxing a great deal at the age of... because he's the best in the history of pay-per-view at making sure that the money ends up in his pocket. He is... or has been a businessman as an athlete that almost doesn't have a peer because he owns all his own stuff as an independent. Your spending has to be so fiscally irresponsible to lose the amount of money that Floyd Mayweather has lost, that it is almost beyond anything that is reason. It's not merely fiscal insanity. It's something that doesn't make any sense to me.
Bit unscathed. He is too past his prime at this point, nearing 50 years old, and the timing of it is obvious. Right after filing a lawsuit, it looks like you're coming back because you need the money. You coming, but not for the right reasons about wanting to break records, improve your greatness one more time, and all that stuff. He's coming back for the money, and I know George Foreman came back for the money. They've all had to come back for the money for the most part. But
in a recent interview, Mike Tyson was asked why he thinks Floyd Mayweather suddenly agreed to fight after years of retirement. His answer was direct and revealing. Tyson explained that it was Floyd who came to him first. Mike wasn't chasing any fights. He was content focusing on his cannabis business and podcast. But Mayweather's team kept sending increasingly large offers, and after Mike realized something deeper was happening, he added, "When someone keeps throwing money at you and pushing for a fight, it usually means they need the money far more than they're letting on."
Yeah, it's happening. Yeah, it's happening. You think I give that up? I was minding my business. He challenged me.
You look good. How you feeling physically?
Incredible.
You've been training?
Listen, I was wearing an extra large. It looks like I'm
Then Tyson dropped a revelation that's dominating conversations right now. Looking directly at the camera, he claimed that Mayweather is stepping into the ring because he urgently needs the money and is facing serious financial trouble. Tyson highlighted Floyd's packed 2026 schedule for major fights in just 8 months. He already faced John Gotti III, is set to fight Tyson in April, then takes on Greek kickboxer Mike Zambides in June and Manny Pacquiao in September. According to Mike, that kind of schedule doesn't align with someone who supposedly has hundreds of millions in the bank. Instead, it looks like the plan of someone chasing every possible payday.
Are you excited just to see the thing of that like it was with you and Roy?
Nah, man, we want to get him, man. What you talking about? Stop talking crazy. Like, kick his ass.
He doesn't know what he signed up for.
Yeah, I told the exhibition. He's talking crazy.
So he's like, but Mike, come on, man. He can't be doing anything to you. Like, that's a bad decision by him.
Tyson also brought up a side of Floyd Mayweather most casual fans aren't aware of: his ongoing struggles with taxes. Mayweather has been in disputes with the IRS for years over unpaid taxes and has had to request multiple extensions because he couldn't cover his bills on time. Tyson remarked, "Think about how unusual that is." Despite earning over $180 million from the Pacquiao fight in 2015, along with hundreds of millions more from other bouts, Floyd has still had to ask the government for more time to settle his taxes. Tyson pointed out that this isn't typical behavior for someone who's supposed to be sitting on enormous wealth.
Train with all the best fighters in the world, but in order for Floyd to come back, right, to be able to command the kind of money he wants, obviously I'm not sure if he's in financial problems or not, but why would you at this age come out of retirement after not fighting since what, 2017, if I'm not mistaken, something
It's
like
been
that?
about 8 years.
Yeah, 8 years. Outside of exhibitions, obviously, is to do what he's always said is have a bank robbery with no mask on. So if that's what you're gonna do, there are only 3 fights. Chat, listen to me. There are only 3 fights that Floyd can have that can command and get the kind of money he's looking to recoup for money that may have.
Things get even more intriguing when Tyson mentioned Floyd's recent massive lawsuit. Mayweather is taking legal action against Showtime Networks and his former advisor, Al Heyman, seeking $340 million. He claims they shortchanged him over the years through questionable accounting and contract deals. Tyson made a sharp observation. If Floyd really has the wealth he claims, why is he suing for hundreds of millions? Either the money was taken and he's now in financial trouble, or he's exaggerating the theft to pressure Showtime for more cash. Either way, Tyson argued, it doesn't reflect well on Floyd's actual financial situation.
Of him maybe in financial trouble is, as of February 2026, Floyd Mayweather has initiated a massive $340 million lawsuit against Showtime Networks and former executive Steven Espinoza. So he's trying to get some bread right now.
The estimate is that he made over $1.2 billion.
Tyson also brought up the recent Logan Paul situation that's been making headlines. Logan revealed on a podcast that Mayweather still owes him $1.5 million from their exhibition match back in June 2021, nearly 5 years ago. According to Logan, Floyd reportedly sold the fight in advance to a company in Dubai for $10 million in cash, then arranged a separate deal with a U.S. promoter to actually hold the event. Essentially, the same fight was sold twice, and Logan never received the money he was owed. Tyson commented, "This is typical Floyd, always looking to maximize every dollar and conveniently forgetting to pay the people he owes."
It's there.
Has he paid you, or is that something that you can't disclose right now?
He has not paid me in full. That is a fact.
No
Short
way.
a few mil, yeah.
Wow. Still a few mil.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Have you been in contact with him?
Nah, we're taking this for the court.
No, are you being serious? Is this like a
Do I look serious, lady?
You do. I'm just making sure. I apologize.
Really?
I'm just.
Nah, I'm fucking with you. I'm not fucking with you. Yeah, we're taking it to the court.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So other than
See you in the
that-
courtroom. Congrats, you're going to prison, Floyd.
Oh my goodness.
What makes Tyson's remarks resonate so strongly is that he's been through a very similar financial nightmare himself. Back in 2003, he declared bankruptcy with $23 million in debt. Even though he had earned more than $400 million during his peak years, Tyson lived at an extreme level. He spent $580,000 just on his 30th birthday party for 700 guests. He purchased 3 Bengal tigers at $70,000 each, then spent an additional $200,000 every year to care for them and pay their trainer. He owned a 52-room mansion in Connecticut that cost millions to maintain and traveled with an entourage of over 50 people. Mike lived like money was endless, and eventually he learned the hard way that it isn't.
49.
He's probably incredibly confused why someone keeps selling his mortgages. He probably has a dozen homes and 3 dozen different people holding his mortgages lately. That's why he's fighting.
It's the price of blow pops that has brought him back into
I'm sure all of
into
it.
fighting.
And he doesn't look, from where I was sitting over the last 20 years, didn't seem like he was like super fiscally responsible. This is the least surprising thing ever.
Well, you say it's the least surprising thing ever, but can you, Jeremy, just look up for me, okay, the amount of earnings that we're talking about here.
Here's where Tyson and Mayweather sharply diverge. When Tyson faced financial ruin, he took full responsibility. He didn't try to hide it or pretend everything was fine. He filed for bankruptcy, handled his debts legally, and spent the next 2 decades rebuilding his life with smart business moves. Tyson launched his cannabis brand, Tyson 2.0, which now brings in over $60 million a year. He started his podcast, Hot Boxin' with Mike Tyson, which became one of the top shows in combat sports. He also landed big movie roles, including The Hangover, earning millions while connecting with younger fans. In 2024, he fought Jake Paul, made $20 million, and pulled 65 million viewers on Netflix, making it the most streamed sporting event ever. According to Tyson, Floyd is taking the exact opposite approach. Mayweather publicly claims he's extremely wealthy, yet his actions tell another story. Tyson explained, "When you see a 49-year-old man scheduling 4 professional fights in 6 months, that isn't someone financially comfortable. That's someone chasing paychecks because bills are stacking up and the money isn't flowing like it used to." Tyson also noted just how expensive Floyd's lifestyle is. The constant private jet travel, multiple mansions in different cities, his multi-million-dollar car collection of Bugattis and custom Rolls Royces, dozens of people on his payroll, and strip clubs that need constant investment. All of it costs millions every single month just to maintain his image.
Of course, I wanted my payout to be a little different. Normally the payouts are, at the beginning of the month, but I wanted my payouts to be every week. Spread it out throughout the week because I'm traveling, family, friends, we're traveling, we're moving around, we're doing different things. So I wanted my payouts to be like that, and everything played out like it played out, and everything was going great.
Tyson also discussed reports about Mayweather's real estate issues that have been making headlines. Floyd is reportedly facing foreclosure risks on 2 properties, and there were serious problems with bounced rent checks for a Manhattan penthouse he was leasing. Tyson made a sharp observation. If you can't even keep up with rent on a property you're renting, that's a major warning sign that your cash flow is in trouble. Having assets on paper means little if you don't have liquid funds to cover monthly obligations. Tyson then mentioned a particularly concerning detail. Floyd reportedly took out a $54 million loan recently, using his assets as collateral, with an eye-popping 9% interest rate. Tyson pointed out that no one with hundreds of millions in accessible cash would agree to that kind of loan. You only do that if you're cash-strapped and need money immediately, even if the interest is astronomical, he said. This loan suggests Floyd needs cash now and can't access the wealth he claims to have. Tyson broke down why the upcoming fight with him is so critical for Mayweather. Scheduled for April 25th in the Democratic Republic of Congo, the same site where Muhammad Ali and George Foreman had their historic rumble in the jungle in 1974. Promoters from CSY Sports and Fight Sports are billing it as legend versus legend. Early projections suggest it could become the biggest combat sports event of the year. Industry insiders estimate it could reach 100 million pay-per-view buys worldwide. At an average of $80 per purchase, that's potentially $8 billion in revenue, not even including ticket sales, sponsorships, or international broadcast deals.
That will be tough. If that is what happens to Floyd Mayweather, that'll be hard for him to come to grips with, because as much as Money Mayweather loves his money, he also loved that O. And that's why he didn't entertain dangerous fights after beating Conor McGregor. He doesn't really want to jeopardize that O. And it looks like he's going to have to. I wouldn't even be surprised if this ends with finding a way to get Terrence Crawford, who I do think is resolved in his retirement. But if you put a fight where he, at this stage of their lives, he's a heavy favorite and a whole bunch of money on the table to end.
Mayweather's share of the fight revenue could easily hit $200 million or more, depending on how his contract is structured and any back-end deals he negotiated. Tyson pointed out that Floyd will need every bit of that money to begin repairing his financial situation. The $340 million lawsuit against Showtime alone represents a huge financial burden. Regardless of the outcome, tens of millions will already go to legal fees and court costs. On top of that, the IRS issues could trigger a massive tax bill with penalties and interest. Floyd also needs to settle his debt to Logan Paul before it escalates to a legal battle. And the foreclosure threats on his properties require immediate cash injections to prevent banks from taking over. Tyson estimates that when all of these obligations are added together, Floyd may need somewhere between $400 and $500 million just to break even and address his outstanding debts and legal problems. What makes Tyson's perspective so striking is that he doesn't need this fight financially. His Tyson 2.0 cannabis company provides steady monthly revenue, and his podcast continues to draw major sponsors. He recently purchased a $13 million waterfront mansion in Palm Beach, Florida, with 6 bedrooms, 11 bathrooms, a private pond, and an 80-foot swimming pool. He also bought a neighboring property on a private airstrip for $1.69 million to store his private jet. Tyson is living comfortably and doesn't need to risk his health stepping into the ring at 59 years old. But Mayweather's offers kept climbing, and eventually, the payout became too big for Tyson to turn down.
Point out where are you going to take it?
Sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. We're going to put our thinking hats together. We're going to conquer the world. We want to be in there.
Tyson also revealed how different their training approaches are and what that says about their financial situations. According to Mike, he trains because he genuinely wants to and enjoys the process. He wakes up at 4:30 a.m. to run 2 miles through the hills, keeping himself healthy and energized. He works with legendary MMA coach Rafael Corderero in boxing sessions to learn new techniques and stay sharp, treating training like a high-end hobby that also happens to pay well. There's no pressure on him because he doesn't need the money to survive. The Mayweather's approach, Tyson says, is the complete opposite. Floyd is training out of necessity. He needs the fight to happen and must look good in all promotional material. He can't risk an injury during training that would cancel the fight, because that would tank pay-per-view revenue and leave him unpaid. He also can't afford to appear slow or aged in leaked sparring footage, since public interest and buy rates would drop. Essentially, Floyd has to perform at his best to prevent his financial situation from worsening. Tyson points out that this difference is visible in interviews. He's relaxed and joking, while Floyd appears tense and serious, a clear contrast between fighting for desire versus fighting out of necessity. Tyson also highlighted the rule negotiations as another indicator of Floyd's desperation. At first, Floyd's team wanted 16-ounce gloves, shorter 2-minute rounds, and no official judges, effectively adding every possible safeguard to minimize risk and avoid a knockout loss. Tyson's team pushed back, and they eventually agreed to 8 2-minute rounds with 14-ounce gloves. While still more protective than a standard professional fight, it's much riskier than Floyd initially wanted. Tyson's point: Floyd only accepted the higher risk terms because he needs the massive payday badly enough to take on that danger.
He's recently said that you're going to be fighting Floyd Mayweather. Why the hell did he agree to fight you? That seems like a bad decision by him.
Well, listen, I was minding my business. I'm flying my birds, tending to my children, and he's the one, he came with the sign. His name was on the contract signed already. And he was talking really bad and nasty to me. And so I was like, God, yeah. I thought we were friendly, talking crazy. He's all right.
That's got to be such a cool thing for boxing fans, though, Mike, to have 2 of the all-time.
Tyson also addressed the huge weight difference between them. Floyd came in around 160 pounds for his most recent exhibition, while Tyson weighed 228 pounds for his fight against Jake Paul. That's a 68-pound gap, which is almost unheard of in boxing. Even with the heavier gloves offering extra protection, Floyd is caught in a cycle of needing to fight constantly because his expenses are enormous and his debts keep piling up. Mayweather earned over $1 billion during his career and should be financially secure, yet at 49 years old, he's fighting 4 times in a single year just to stay afloat.